Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 5 of the Hybridicious series. Now, it has been quite some time since I have last uploaded a hybrid squad builder, and considering this is mainly the bread and butter of my channel, this is what my channel is based on, I felt as if it is necessary to upload one of these episodes. So without further ado, let us begin introducing the squad, and in that I decided to go with Sebastian Frey. Now, I have used Frey in previous episodes, so I won't go into great detail, but as I've said previously, he is still one of the best keepers in this game, especially for the price. He is cheap as it comes, very, very solid defensively. He has, well, defensively in terms of his goalkeeping abilities. He does have the acrobatic save style, which I seem to have found a pattern. It does help with those triple, double saves, just making those ridiculous saves. It does help, and of course, his only weak spot is his kicking. As you guys can see, 60 kicking does kind of restrict your ability to make good counterattacks, but overall, he's still a very solid keeper. And moving on to the defensive mids on the right side, I decided to go with Felipe. Now, I believe I've also used Felipe in one of my previous squads, and overall, a very solid defender for the price. I believe he has low high work rates, good pace, and he also has the height. He only lacks strength, but overall, for the price, a very, very solid defender. And moving on to the left side, I decided to pair Felipe with Velasquez. And I've seen Velasquez's card many, many times as I do lots of silver trading. Never tried him before, but I always had high expectations considering those stats, and he did deliver. Now, he is quite pricey at 4,500 coins, but overall a very, very good defender. I believe he has 78 acceleration, which just enables him to catch up with any attacker he wants. Very solid on defense, and it's always nice having a fast, pacey defender who can catch up with the likes of Bent and so on and so forth. Moving on to the fullbacks, I went with Insua. Now, I also had high expectations from him, mainly because I've heard great reviews, and he did not disappoint as well. I believe he has 81 strength, which was actually the highest strength stat in this entire back line, believe it or not. He also has 87 long shot and 92 shot power, so he does have a cannon of a left foot, and of course he does have enough pace to play on the left side. Only 400 coins, great player. I would definitely recommend trying him out. And moving on to the other side, I went with Sakai. I'm not quite sure what the pronunciation there. Overall, a very average defender. No stats really stand out. He did his job. He played well. And I believe the only thing which would really stand out is his 5-star weak foot and the fact that he is a right back with a left-oriented foot, which is kind of bizarre. But as I said, nothing too special. He did the job. And moving on to the midfield, I went with Lucas Leiva as my destroyer. He was responsible for gaining possession back and tracking back on defense whenever he needed to. And overall, he was a fantastic player. Definitely one of my favorite defensive mids in this game. I believe he has 81 long passing, which is a very, very high stat, especially for a central defensive mid. And pairing that with 88 stand tackle and 86 interceptions. Now, I'll go off on a tangent here, and I believe I've mentioned this in previous episodes. Interceptions are crucial for defensive mids. This game is extremely assisted, and if you want that to work in your favor, get a defensive mid with high interceptions. He'll kind of roam around the field, get possession back for you, and that will allow you to get onto counterattacks and ultimately get more shots on target. So overall, very, very solid, and as he is a non-shiny, he is quite cheap. And I decided to pair him with Sahin. Now, Sahin was the kind of maestro, if you may. He was able to dictate the flow of the game with his passing. Absolutely ridiculous. Great possession, really good on the ball. I believe he has 88 long passing, which just shows his high passing stat. Very fun to use in terms of his passing ability. And he does have a long shot. I didn't try too many shots. As I said, he was more of a passing master, kind of standing in the middle of the field and just kind of dishing the ball to every single player. And then we move on to the left center attacking mid, and I went with the upgraded Turan. And I did have high expectations for him. Unfortunately, he did not deliver, and it was really no surprise. He does have the curse of the high work rates. And for some reason, I cannot get players with high work rates to work unless they're playing center forward in a 4-2-3-1. So that's exactly what I did. I put him at the center forward position, and he still wasn't that good. He got tired way too quickly. He's always out of position. And I really do hope that EA does something about a high defensive work rate for attacking players, as it ruins the player. As I said, he's always out of position. And just to give you a perspective of his fitness, I believe when this team got to 90 fitness, he would be at 80. So I'd actually have to use a full fitness card on him. So that was very annoying. And overall, he did not deliver, but he was the only disappointment of this team. As we move on to Keisuke Honda, and he was the star. What a fun player to use. Long shots for days. Such a powerful shot. Not to mention, he is a jack of all trades. He's able to do anything. Pass, shoot, dribble, even defend. And I believe he also has 82 finishing. And for a center attacking mid, that is ridiculous. His only weakness is 3-star skill moves, but I will live with that because he is such a great player. Moving on to the middle, at the center forward position, I went with Shinji Kagawa. And this guy is such a good dribbler. In game, he has 90 dribbling, pair that with 95 agility and 92 reactions, and you have quite possibly one of the best non-informed dribbling players in this game. So good. And I also believe he has 91 acceleration, really fast, gets to his top sprint speed very quickly. 4-star skill moves, very fun to use on offense, and I would definitely recommend him. And to finish off this team, I had a few options. I could have gone any Japanese striker, but I decided to go with Lee, and I can describe Lee in one word: pace. That's it. That's all he has. 2-star skill moves. He doesn't have any finishing abilities really, and it's just pace. He has such a quick acceleration rate. I don't know how he does it. Now, I have looked at his stats. Only 86 acceleration. In game, it feels like 95. I honestly expected to see 95 acceleration when I looked at his stats. And my reasoning for his fast acceleration and sprint speed is due to the fact that he has low dribbling. It seems as if players with lower dribbling kick the ball further, which allows them to reach a higher sprint speed faster and also sprint faster. So that's kind of dumb how that does work, but overall, Lee is a pace master, very fast and pretty fun to use as well. And overall, the team was very solid, very cheap, as you can probably imagine with the market crash. And I would definitely recommend this team. So let's move on to the goals. So as I mentioned, Honda and Kagawa were the two best players on this team. I believe that Kagawa had the best dribbling. Meanwhile, Honda was just the best scorer on this team by far. As you guys can see, a very nice finish from Honda, showing off his long shot. As I mentioned, he has 82 finishing as a center attacking mid. That is ridiculous. A very fun player to use. I would say if he had 4-star skill moves, he would be my favorite player on Ultimate Team. So it really does go to show you how good of a player he is. Now moving on to Kagawa, very fun to dribble, as you guys can see right there, and showing off a little bit of his long shot ability. Not too shabby. And in terms of the play style with this team, I would have to say that it was mainly oriented on the right side. As I said, Tehran was very weak, always out of position, always getting tired, so I didn't like to use him, hence the reason why Honda had so many opportunities, as I was always feeding him the ball, which was kind of unfortunate because I really didn't get to try Insu's long shot. As I said, it was primarily the right side of the field getting all the chances. Now, the team was mainly focused around Sahin. As I said, he was the pass master. I would kind of give him the ball, wait for my players to get into position, and from there he would just feed them the ball, and that's how I scored the majority of my goals. Right there, Lee showing off a little bit of nothing, because he really does have nothing, with the exception of his pace. He is a pace master, pace for days if you may, very, very fast, gets to his top sprint speed extremely quickly. His finishing is horrendous, but really doesn't matter, as I was able to usually juke the goalie. And that seems to be the end of the episode, so a like is always appreciated if you enjoyed the video. And as always, have yourselves a wonderful day.